Kind of an odd side note, everyone that won both games, and everyone that lost both games. So you actually have a perfect split on the tiebreakers, which is pretty weird. And here we are for the start of round two, but I think we're gonna have to mull this one with only a guild gate. I'm not quite as trusting of that. That's pretty awkward too, but we'll keep this one on the draw. And so it begins. Yeah, hopefully our next land comes into play untapped, whatever it is. And security blockade's actually pretty good against Rakdos, as is the Centaur healer if we get the right color. I guess playing the bird's the best call, since it does kind of have the toughness advantage. Our opponent also missed his land drop and was just swinging with a Shred Freak. As a side note, the Shred Freak's flavor text is my favorite in the set. Well, that improves things for us slightly. That doesn't know. Huh. And it's loss of life, so we can't use the security blockade. So now he can scavenge his guy, make him a 4/3, but gain no real value out of it, since he still trades there, and we would gladly block with our Griffin at that point. Find it unlikely that he'll attack, but it's worth trying, I guess. So now we're just racing Stab Wound, which is actually not going too well for us at this point. Even with the awful way he had to use Mizium Mortars. That makes me feel a lot better. And we're not even going to wait, since that means we get to attack for more damage this turn. Just seems in our best interest to try to get in for as much as we can. And now that our clock's off of us, I mean, he does have a full hand and finally hit his Keller, but he has a bit to come from behind for. And that's game one. I think we should probably bring in Sundering Growth. And what do we take out for that? I think I'm gonna go ahead and take out an island. So we'll run 16 on the draw. I think this hand's fine on the draw, especially if we hit 4. Probably Shred Freak again. Oh, a guy that we're even less concerned with. Again, hopefully we draw our land. Roustabout that can't block is just pretty terrible. Well, that's awful. Not sure what the discard here. Probably the Course's Accord, just because 6 mana is so far away. That's a bit better. Yeah, I think playing the healer is more important than the Key Rune, because it can block there, it does gain us a little bit of life, and he's still stuck on lands too. Cyclonic Rift is one of my favorite rares, for just being unbelievably stupid. Well, there he goes, getting his other land. Splatter Thug is one of the best Unleash cards, I feel. So I guess we can keep back and we'll have giant growth, but I don't really like that route. I guess it's what we're gonna do. Really wish that was a Selesnya key rune instead. But we just have to play careful here, and I think we're going to have the game. Yeah, and we're obviously not swinging in. Ah, he expects the giant growth. And his hesitation probably means he doesn't have a way to deal with it or doesn't want to deal with it that way. So, either way, that's what we gotta try. Well, I guess we're gonna play the key rune and security blockade this turn. Guess that's fine. I'd like to get the blockade out because of the BM. And quite possibly Gutter Snipe. It can be a scary card as well. But, the Rune Wing should handle things pretty easily in the following few turns. I'd just like to have Cyclonic Rift mana as well. And I think I'd rather use Eyes in the Sky here to kill his guy instead. We can also activate our Grove of the Guardians, but he has a Regenerator, and I'd honestly rather have the land. I have no idea why he's attacking into a key rune. And with security blockade up, neither of those make much sense to me. But I don't want to risk our key runes, so I'm still going to go this route. I think a second bird over a knight is the right call, just because of trying to get through the jailbreaker. I mean, another guy on the ground just clogs things up more. The more congested we get the board, the bigger the advantage we have. And yeah, here we can go ahead and make this trade. If he scavenges onto something, we just can Cyclonic Rift it. And this way we at least draw a card. As long as we keep Dramatic Rescue up, I don't see us having many issues. Oh, he got his gate. Hmm. Although I think we're going to block anyway. I think we're fine doing that. We'll draw another card off the Ruin Wing. Oh. Yeah, I think I'd rather have a card than risk our Centaur. So that was a bit of indecision on my part using the prevent one. Yeah, and there he goes doing that, which we kind of expected. And we're really not bothered by. Yeah, and this turn we'll pop our Grove of the Guardian. Oof. So I think we're best off just letting him attack full 6 in the air. Well, 5 in the air, and then doing it at the end of his turn, and then swinging back full 10, 13, 14, 15, and then hopefully swinging around anything else he does. I mean, we'll have to play it by ear, but we know he has a Grim Roustabout in hand, and that's not exactly intimidating, so anything else is what he draws. Well, that kind of makes up our mind. I guess Supreme Verdict would do us pretty well here. Or no. We have a few other options. I'm not too worried about the Hellkite at this point. There's no good way to get around that. We might be on the losing side of this game now. And we know he has gutter snipe still. And Perilous Shadow, we now know every card he has, but I don't think it matters for us. Well, if we would have had that last turn, we would have been able to kill his Hellkite. But we're still behind at this rate. Yeah, I think we're just gonna... No, because we can still draw the verdict, so I'm not willing to give up yet. It's just a frustrating game to be in. So we'll take another 5 and at least kill the one that has the trigger on it, but yeah, that's game anyway. Oh well. It was worth trying. The game should have never gotten that far. I mean, what a huge deal. Well, that's a keepable hand at least. Lava Crew is a card I'm pretty fond of. Here we go, ahead and attack. He's seen enough pump spells from us that it might discourage blocking. Yeah, and he went and blocked, and that's no big deal. It's still worth it to attack. Here, we'll just play out our other guy and keep going. Perilous Shadow does not impress me too terribly much. Um, really not fond of the card in general. Supreme Verdict would be pretty good for us here. I think I'm just going to play another Ruin Wing, though, instead of activating the Grove. Here we'll just attack with the Ruin Wing. Oh my. Well, that's certainly interesting. I was not expecting that. So Supreme Verdict would be pretty good now. Not entirely sure why he skipped his attack entirely. That was to try to prevent him from getting to play another card, if you're curious. I don't think it's in our best interest to activate the Grove still in case we do draw what we want. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, yeah. I mean, the land doesn't get us where we need to be. We're certainly in trouble, I'll say that. He's really going all in with his plan. We really need to, I don't know. We're in an awkward position. We need to draw one of our two big answers here. Yeah, no attack. So, still just milling along. He should have still used his lava crew there. That was poor on his part. He drew a land, which we're just fine with. He can make his shadow a 6/10. And that's pretty good for us. We want to activate our grove first, of course. So if he doesn't attack this turn, that's what we do. And yeah, that's the match.